in front of our faces.
I remember waking up and I could look across and there was literally hundreds of cages.
All right. So if you ever had any question if Legion was real, out of the Bible, Legion, the demon, the fallen angel's children that are today in the mouths of mankind, known as Latin, to lie hidden, like under the skin, the way that Legion hid inside of men and inside of pigs and animals and beasts. All right, here we go. The disembodied spirits crawling the earth, roaming the earth. Watch this. She doesn't know to call it Legion, but exactly what it is what it is. And they're gonna show you the movie Fallen, a clip from the movie Fallen, which is the parents of Legion. Fallen are the fallen angels, the ones that made it with the daughters of men. And this is the way that Legion moves through men after they lost their bodies. You'll see that they pass through to other people. All right, check this out.
And there was children, small children in these cages, and they were all attached. So they were in such tremendous pain that they were really tremendous pain. It was a darker energy because obviously the children were being tortured. She's absorbing the energy from the children, and I survived it, but a lot of the children in there didn't survive it.
When was this? What age were you when this happened?
I was like 7 years old when this happened.
You were one of those children.
I was one of the children that survived electric shocks. Now they were also had sort of out of my body, but I could hear and I could see, but it was like far away sort of thing because I was disassociated really bad. And then I remember that I could hear them speaking, and they were going to take this energy and they were going to put it on food. They were going to throw this dark energy on food. So whoever eats the food would also be. They would be charmed and they would be energetically, parasitically linked, and they would be depressed and all sorts of. This energy works on the negative emotions. It absorbs it, it likes it, and into the water. That's the pollution of the water. Everybody knows that the human body is made mostly up of water. Well, it's programmable. Water's programmable. The thing is if you mess with the water and pollute the water, and then the people drink that, or it rains down, or they swim in it, or they get in it, obviously effect on them, and lots of different effects on them. So they're trying to do is they're trying to pretty much pollute everybody in the world to where they don't know what's going on anymore. Even if you awaken one, heart-touching memory I have is that I was in space and I could see this black goo or this black smoke encompass Earth, just like smoke encompass it.
Inside the galaxy.
Yes, it comes from somewhere else, from what I understand. It comes from somewhere else. I'm still trying to figure that out.
So
It puts you in amnesia also.
About like five, that black word that she said, that used to get people's channels taken down like years ago.
I've noticed that the more that you don't remember. It puts you in amnesia. I noted when I was small, I would see it on I would see on people who abused their children. I would see on murderers. I would see on all sorts of people when they were very negative, I would see on them. And it would express, I had instances where I would talk to somebody and then they would say certain words. And then I'd go down the road and talk to somebody else and they would continue the conversation because it was that same energy speaking through these people that it had hacked into.
Syrian Aramaic. How clever.
Jesus.
Honey, is this something?
True what I said, though. I do know who you are. It was Hazel.
Where'd you get that? From Alano's place? You found something up there. Well, some things, pal. You should know.
Like what?
And if you know, you should never ever tell.
Beware my wrath.
I saved this because it reminded me of something.
Okay, so you saw that last clip? That was the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, where he has to go and fight a fallen angel that is roaming around the city. So yeah, roaming around the Madison Square Garden. serpent in the garden. So essentially, that's the way that Yashaya, the words of the Most High Son, told you that it would be. He told you that they're disembodied spirits that roam the earth. It was recorded that when he encountered them, that they left and ran into some pigs. They left out of a man and went into some pigs, and then went into the water. Legion is a water spirit. Humans are made of mostly water, if you want to call it that in biology. So it's a portal that hosts them, that they can be hosted in. They have to be around some liquid. In an arid, dry area, they can only last a certain amount of time. That's why in the book of Revelations it talks about the fallen angels that are chained up in the deep, in the water. And it says when the river dries up, that's when they come out and start slaying mankind. How do you think they're going to slay mankind? They're going to get inside of mankind. That's how they slay you. Remember the Matrix? At the very end of the first one, when Neo realized that he could stop the bullets, and then he ran, and he realized that he's not just bound to his own body. He could jump into other people's bodies and explode them from the inside, the agents' bodies, and explode them from the inside. Yeah, like that. And also the way that the agents move is also the way that the same is fallen. How anyone that is not unplugged from the system can become an agent at any time. That's what the all-seeing eye is about, meaning that they all have one mind. And that's what it talks about in the book of Revelations. Revelations just means to reveal. The apocalypse means from the lips. This is to be told, and it's prophecy, and it is to be witnessed. You have to endure it in order to witness it. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, therefore they do not endure it, and therefore they do not witness it, and therefore they are victims. So what means the world to you? What, like, at the end of the day, what is it to gain the world but to lose your soul? You sitting up here working for Legion. Like we just established earlier that Epstein has pretty much matched the exact face on the $20 bill. So, and they called him King of America. And there was no one ever feared as a president, as a leader of the United States, as number 7. All right. The 7th one. It's like Enoch, the 7th from Adam, how he didn't die. He walked with Yah and didn't die. Well, your 7th president, Andrew Jackson, just so happens to be your current president's favorite president. It just so happens that his best friend, who is currently the talk of the world that everybody fears, has the same exact reputation as the man on the $20 bill. And this guy, you might as well call him the man from Romania, because it's his blood. Now, one thing I do know about the man on the $20 bill is that he would bloodlet every night. This dude went through 1,000 duels and did not die. Over 1,000 duels and did not die. Or maybe he did, and maybe he's already dead. Maybe he was the dead burying the dead. Let the dead bury the dead. Okay. And so today, if this dude, like, remember they showed Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer movie? All right, now reverse this. If the vampire, because all of the presidents have been related to Dracula, the royalty. If you're related to royalty, you're related to Dracula, period. You're related to the seed of the serpent. That's how the world was established with the fallen angels' children, the Nephilim. They were the kings, they were the mighty men, and they ruled over mankind and devoured and defiled the whole world because of their lust for power. There was no ends to the evil. So they ran everything. Everything. Man did not run shit. Man was a slave during their time. All right? Man was 100% a slave during that time. All right? So pretty much what we have here is the same thing. They're running the world. They're in your face. They even go by the names. Look, man. Poseidon, president. What does the president control? What is he in charge of? The three what is that, like, what's his weapon? The three branches of government. 3 branches. What does that look like? A pitchfork. Okay. Like the devil or Poseidon. No, the first time that we ever seen that shit pop up right in our face in the United States was Zelensky. When Zelensky showed up on the doorsteps and at the podium at the White House and started talking directly to the American people with the freaking pitchfork on his chest, which is also known as the Trident of Poseidon. Hades let him in, and death worked with him. Trump is death, Biden was Hades. Biden means a double, not a triple. Like a trident is triple, a Biden is double pitchfork, a double pronged pitchfork. And before that, you had the bolt of Obama, which is Zeus. Hades, Zeus, Poseidon, and death. Okay? So all of these presidents were linked to who? Epstein. And they call this guy the King of America, the most powerful man in America. They slipped up. One of the girls slipped up in an interview. I don't even know if she slipped up. She probably said it and then tried to do a false disclaimer right there in the interview when she said he is the most powerful man. I mean, he hangs out with he's friends with the most powerful men in the world. Yeah, no, he's the most powerful man in the world. Like, and he's not dead. The dude got clones, robots, synthetics, time travel, freaking, you name it, bro. The upside down, whatever you want to call it. This dude, like I said, if you don't believe me about the Andrew Jackson, go look him up. Look up his reputation for KD. Obviously, he ain't died, but look up his notches on his belt, man. The notches on the boy belt is unparalleled. Unparalleled, bro. Like, that's Nimrod. You're dealing with Dr. Frankenstein over here, bro. You're dealing with Dracula. You're dealing with the monsters. You're dealing with the Addams family. You're dealing with the dead burying the dead. Okay? You're dealing with the dead that's burying the dead. And that's all they want is for you to make a deal, bro. You to make a deal. All right? All right? So at the end of the day, this dude is one of those people that like a lot of people be like, what's this got to do with me? All right, bro. At the end of the day, he got all of your children's faces in a database for cataloging so that he can pick any one of them that he chooses, go after them in any way that he wants. Anyway, the dude got Fortnite profile. He'll jump on the game with your child. He'll make a game just for your child and reel them right on in, blackmail them, compromise them, and your ass will be at his mercy. How do you think he... Look, fam, you guys are retarded when it comes to war. The first thing of war is to control the resources. There are two things that are a factor of war: supply and demand when it comes to resources. So you got water. Okay, the dude sits on the island surrounded by water. He's water. He's fortified. All right, but the dude got technology to where he roams the waters. This dude will come up out of the abyss on your ass. Poseidon on your ass. So he already got that. All right. So what do you have that he could possibly want? What does Dracula want? Okay, then what does the children of Dracula want? Okay, like the father, like the son. All right. So at the end of the Nimrod, Gilgamesh type shit, these cats is hunting you down, coming for blood. Nimrod. Remember Predator? All right. What a Predator? He would hunt the biggest. He's Nimrod. He'd come down with his damn pitchfork like a damn demon and Nimrod your ass and keep it going, racking up notches. All right. So, and what was Predator? A reptile. All right. Reptiles. So at the end of the day, it's funny that the aliens are black, huh? And they just release them on the population and then go hunt them down. And anybody in the way is fair game, like ICE. All right. So, like, you guys have no clue, bro, like how deep this shit goes. The hunter, bro. This is shit in the heavens. These cats work by the celestials. So you're not just dealing with the flesh, bro. You're dealing with dark forces in high places and principalities. How the hell do you think his face is on the $20 bill? The $20 freaking bill. Look at that shit. That's him. The most feared man that ever sat in the White House, bro. Period. Period. Even today, their boots are still shaking from the dude that looks exactly like him. With a reputation that precedes him. Come on, bro. We don't even know if this dude was real. He had robots and shit. This dude is Iron Man. Batman, Iron Man, Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, all that shit. Freaking Venom. This dude, if you don't know war, boy, see, one thing I knew about war was there was leaders. There was tacticians. And when you look at how leaders and tacticians think about war, that shit gets spooky. Really, really nightmarish. And that is what this dude is. This dude is nightmare octane. This dude is Monsters, Inc. Come on now. Monsters, Inc. Come on now. Look, fam. Like I said, the $20 bill reputation. $20 bill reputation. Niggas been killed for less. Alright? This dude is not what you guys think, bro. Like, so when you, like, it's like the what was it? The laboratory of Dr. Parnassus or something like that. Remember Heath Ledger type shit when he faked his death hanging from the bridge underneath there in the beginning of the movie? Yeah. That's how the movie starts. Welcome to where shit gets real. That's the movie he died in. They had to have other actors play him. He actually supposedly died in that movie while filming that movie. They said the Joker got him. Well, this dude right here is Trump's Trump. All right? Remember how there's Joker? There's two Jokers? Yeah. This is the big one. The one that everybody is running from. All sides is like, hell no. Everybody like, hell no. Everybody like, well, yeah. Like, some people wish for death. And they're not gonna find it. When you talking about this dude is I'm telling you, bro, like Last Action Hero type evil. Remember Last Action Hero? The dude with the glass eye? Yeah. He was just like, just fascinating. Nimrod, bro. Nimrod, he had a bullseye for a damn eyeball. Yeah, Nimrod. Like I said, this guy right here, sitting in the mouth of the dragon. That's a lot of people don't understand. Y'all don't understand the geography. Y'all don't understand the dominion and the domain. You don't understand who you're in a cage with. Everybody got a freaking a plan, that they've been given, that they're confident in, until they get put in the cage and that first hit come through that turns their head. You know what I mean? And they get hit in the mouth and it just turn the head. Wow! Like, you know, make you double check yourself. And in that time that it takes to double check yourself, you better hope they have mercy on your ass. Cause that's what see it. Me, when it's me and you in my game, shit, I look like the lamb. I'm the wide receiver. So everybody's licking their chops when they see me going out there. And I'm the most dangerous one. Because I'm the one that's gonna have their coach whooping their ass. I'm gonna have their body whipping their ass. Oh, I'm gonna turn all heaven and earth against them. Turn their own mind against them. Their ankles, their mind, and everything. When I'm not getting the ball, it's the worst time for them. When I'm on the field and I'm not getting the ball, the defense is scared of me. Okay? So that like me looking and judging what I'm up against and who I'm up against and how, man, like I have this experience with how to deal with situations of being put in a cage with multiple predators. And then you become like Nibbler on Futurama and you just gobble their ass up. All right, so you got a taste for everything. A taste for everything, right? You keep it cute, but you got a taste for everything when it come down to witnessing. You got that appetite, right? So, like, you got that I wish a nigga would underestimate me type shit, right? Well, that's what this dude, he ain't, boy, this dude. See, the thing is, the reason why I talk to you guys like this, because I know shit. I've experienced real, actual, live, first-hand, first-person perspective of shit that you guys would not believe. And if you witnessed it, you probably forget it. And then remember it, and then won't believe that you witnessed it. Like, even those that see it, but that's why the Most High said, he said, hey, like, the eyes, seeing is not believing. He said, you know, faith. He's like, believing is for those that have not seen. He's like, those that see the miracles and then still turn away, still disbelieve their own eyes. All right? So seeing is not the way, but me, I know that I have faith and it manifested and I saw it. And I know that I know exactly where it came from, and I know exactly what it is, and I know exactly where it's going. So I force myself, and sometimes it just is always on time. I shouldn't say sometimes, it's always on time. I'll say that. Whenever there's a challenge, you know, that'll be probably the one moment that challenge ends, is when I remember that. It's just like, okay, this is no longer a challenge. You know? Life, like, it kind of makes life more interesting to forget miracles. But that's what this is all about. Like, these guys had ways of making you forget the amnesia. I went through that amnesia because though I had seen and witnessed miracles and stuff, I was still not able to control my environment, and I went along like a sheep led to the slaughter into dark situations. that, you have to learn lessons from. So essentially, yeah, like now, being older and understanding and having a zeal and a taste for the truth to be set free from those things. Like, he allows you to bury yourself, but he won't turn away from you. He'll dig you up. He'll raise you up, because that's who he is. He's your savior. He's your word. He's the truth. He's the faith. You know what I mean? You didn't come this far for nothing. Because everything in the world you cannot take with you that is flesh. So when you come that far to the point of death, what are you really taking with you? And that's what you got to realize when it comes, are you ready to go? Like, some people like just get enough of getting beat down and they just say, okay, I give up. But me, I was pushed at such a young age that it was like a snowball going downhill. They just couldn't stop, like, the momentum of how much I could, like, have a taste for it. Once I learned how to put it to an art form. Like, when it says that the no weapon should be formed against me, it talks about the weapons of the enemy should be turned against them. You know what I mean? Live by the sword, die by the sword. So they created me as a sword. I shouldn't say created, but sharpened me as a sword. My wits about me have been sharpened, very sharp, deadly sharp, since I was young. That's why I was in such trouble with forces outside of my own home and outside of my neighborhood and on the map. All right. So as an older person pathfinding my way through that, to let you know, like, been there, done that. Like, a lot of people don't come out that well. Just say that, man. It's like Jedi mind tricks type shit. You don't make it. It's like the Stranger Things type shit. You don't. Not a lot of people make it out that well. They don't cope. They don't communicate. That was the most important thing that saved it all. Was Yashaya, is the word, is communication. He let me know that through reading the word, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. He said, I looked for my lowest common denominator of my weakness was I looked at a reflection of my life at like 12 years old and said my biggest weakness that always got me in trouble was miscommunications. I never really wanted to engage into a conflict with anyone when I'm trying to move forward into my own. You know what I mean? That's just a distraction from what I'm really doing. And miscommunication allows people to have too much access to things that they should not have, too much control, manipulation, that you don't, it's like not knowing where the brakes is at, you know what I mean? At a young age, you're still learning how to ride the bicycle without the training wheels, without crashing, you know what I mean? But you got the older kids hazing you and making you crash. So that's essentially what it was, until you learn how to defensively drive. And like I said, a lot of people don't make it out well. They don't. It's a blood sport, and that's what this world is about. It's about blood. And that's what I'm saying. My blood has been sharpened. Wits have been sharpened. The spirit has been sharpened. It was weak because I was young, but I understood miracles for some reason at a very young age. I just had that wise old soul for some reason. But letting you guys know, man, I'm just saying, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just saying, hey, man, if you're listening to this and I'm talking to you about the stuff that I know from the beginning of this video, putting it in perspective to what the Bible is telling you, what Yeshaya is letting you know, this is true story. This is facts. This is what we got to deal with in this world. If you're around the Gulf of America, you're in the mouth of a dragon. The Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it, potato. You're in the mouth of a dragon. Demiurge, whatever you want to call it, you're in the mouth of that serpent. We're all in this mouth of the serpent. It's trying to devour the land that we stand upon. But yeah, that's why it talks about the serpent trying to devour the seed of the woman. And then the seed of the woman being sent to the west on the wings of an eagle. So it looks like that's why they're saying everybody get off of the coast, because the dragon will be sending a flood soon after that. And that's what this is about. Everybody's being rounded up. That's the mouth of the dragon, and then the flood comes in. That's this war. So it's a war, and it's all gonna happen real time, at the same time, synchronized, all at once type shit. Because that's what it talked about, the plagues of Egypt happening all in one day type stuff. Like, yeah. This is the book of Revelations is not playing with us, man. Not playing with us. Yeah. The key to all this is, like I said, you can't run or walk your way out of Babylon. You're gonna have to follow Yeshaya, which is he is the word. And if he tells you, you must believe, in order to receive, then that is the first step to following Yeshaya, is to believe that the word is living. How can you believe in the word if the word is not giving? All giving. Like, if the word is not living, then it cannot be giving. The word is living. Therefore, the word is giving. And therefore, the word has a spot in you that is for receiving, called believing. And when you believe, that is when you have faith that, like, you don't have to have anything on you, like physically, like you don't have to have no technology, you don't have to have any type of weapons, none of that. You have this faith that you walk with that achieves the will of salvation for you. It's ridiculous. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. It's living. Faith is living off of the word that is living. It's a tree of life, essentially. So, like, I have faith in the living word. My faith is in the living. My faith is a seed that grows in the living. A part of the living word, the body of the word. If you have a relationship with the word, then you know where to plant your faith in the word. So don't store up your treasures on this fleshly world. Things that can be rusted and burnt up and washed away and wither. The word is everlasting. Yeshaya, Kadosh, Kadash, Kadesh.